Welcome to the first episode of how we can analyze stock market with Python and Flask. Right. So here in this episode we will learn a few basic resources which we can use to get our stock data and how we can use pandas to analyze the data, and we will have a little introduction to indicators. Okay. So let's start. Right. The first thing is where you can find your stock information, right? So you can go ahead in Yahoo Finance, which is in.finance.yahoo.com, and search for any of the stocks. So let me search for supposedly Vodafone, right? Vodafone stock. So Vodafone Idea Group, which is again Indian one. So Vodafone Idea will look into this stock, and the one thing you need to look into if you're in the Indian stock market is the NSI. So NSI stands for National Stock Index. So basically that's the Indian market. Okay, so you go for idea NS. If you see for Vodafone Group Germany, so that is Germany. Okay, and others are as well. So yeah, we'll go towards this one. Here you will see the data for Vodafone, right? Here you see that the current price is 8.30, and you can in this website you can find many of the details, like you can get the historical data, some statistics, some profiling, financials like the balance sheet, cash flow, all those things, right? This is overall a very great website for doing like going into for the stock market, right? And here you'll also find some related stocks. So if I am searching for say idea, what are some of the related stocks around this one, that will also be shown here, like Bharati, so that is the Airtel, Reliance, okay, all these things. Now without further ado, we'll just go for the for the coding part, and remember that whatever you're seeing here will also implement that in our application. Okay, so hold on, we'll do that, all of those. So first of all, let's import the necessary libraries. So we'll need pandas, we'll need NumPy, we'll also need Matplotlib, and Seaborn. With that said, we'll also need one more library, which is a YFinance library, right? YFinance library is nothing but the API for Yahoo Finance, and you can find the package here at PyPy, and just install it using pip install PyPy. There are a lot of things that you can do with this library. This is a pretty powerful library itself, and you can go and search in this website, see the documentation to find more about it, right? But for the purposes of this video, we'll keep it short, and I will show you how we can use it to get the historical data. Okay, so first thing we need to do is to define a ticker. So ticker is nothing but a specific ID for each company. So each company has a specific uh, ID for it, right? Like in Vodafone India, Vodafone Idea has idea.ns. NS for again stands for National Stock Index, right? So we'll just copy that. We'll come here and we'll get this library. Now to get the historical data, we just need to use ticker.history, and there are a few options that you can use here. I will just write them down. Period, okay, start and end. Now period can have a lot of options, like max means max history. You can also give 5 years, 1 year, 2 year, however you want. Start will be a start date, so like 2020 0101, that is the 1st of January 2020, and the format of it is YYYY MMTD. Okay, similarly the end of it will have the same format, so we can say give 2020 1231. Okay, now let's check out how this works. So if we give period equal to max, it should give us the max history. So the Vodafone Idea first went public in 2007. So it gives the data from 2007 to 2021, the last work trading day before this video, right? And if you give like a start period, so let's give a start period, then it should provide us the data from that period, from that date to till date, right? So here I have given 2021 1, so basically 1st of January 2020. Now this should give me the date for 1st of January to the till to date, it is to the 2021. And if we provide end date, then it should provide us data from that specific date to that specific date. So if I give end equal to this one, it should give me the whole data for 2020. So as you can see, the data is from 1st January 2020 to the 30 December 2020. Okay, for the purpose of the video, we'll keep the period as equal to max. Okay, and if you guys want to see more functionalities for Yahoo Finance, you can just give comment down below. I will show you, right? So yeah, let's keep it into a data frame. Now before I continue going further, let me explain you what these variables are. So open is basically the opening price of the stock on that specific day. So 9th March 2007, the market opened with Vodafone Idea at 50 rupees and 45 cents, right? High is the highest it went that day, low is the lowest it went that day, and the close is at what price it closed that day. The volume becomes how many shares have been traded on that day, right? Each of them can become an indicator itself, right? Now for us who are more interested, like for me personally, I invest in stock for a long term or a short term, even like a months or years. Okay, I don't trade intraday. So for intraday traders, maybe open, high, low can also become indicators, but for me, I generally use close for it, right? Because that's the one I need for historical data. So throughout this course, we will be mostly using close as a close price, right? And yeah, that's it. So let's get close price here. Okay, now so let's plot this one, plot it and see how the performance went, right? So seeing this plot, we can say that around 2008 the price was about 50 rupees, and it went down to around 8 around to 2020 to 2021. Okay, now this is very true because again many telecom providers have came across it during this time, Jio and other ones as well, who have stocked down the price for Vodafone Idea, which was Idea previously, now it's Vodafone Idea. Anyways, so the first thing we're going to learn is a very simple indicator of and what by calculating the daily returns. Now what this technical indicator basically means, it is not really one where we can tell that it is a buy time or a sell time or a hold time. It is a very general one which shows us if this stock is something we want to invest in, right? So first of all, let's learn what is daily returns, and then we can continue with the technical indicator itself. So daily return is nothing but the previous close minus divided by the current close minus 1. Okay, so that's the daily return, and this is our absolute value, right? And another term which we can use is a log daily return. So log daily return is a much stable version of that basically. So log daily return is nothing but previous close divided by current price and the log of that. So log of previous price divided by current price. Okay, now let's see how we can implement this in pandas, right? So first thing is, what is the previous price is the current close price, and the current current close is 1 day shifted from it, right? So basically, if we say that df of current close, and let's copy this here, equal to df of close shift 1, okay, and let's check out what it gives us. Okay, I'll put it before this one just for reference. So now as you can see, it has just shifted by one row. So this value is now shifted by one row here, and this one here, this one here, and so on. So basically this is the current close and this is the previous close. Okay, so now let's calculate the daily return. This is df close divided by df of current close, right, minus 1. Also let's calculate log daily returns. So it is np dot log of this. Now just let me plot this, and though this is not going to give us much idea right now what it is doing, but as we go on it will make much more sense, right? So basically, as you can see here, what is the return of that day, right? So say as you can see through this graph, right, if 0 is a measurement of return, then how much return it gave by daily, right? So as you can see, some days it gave good return, positive return, some days it gave negative return. Okay, and during the period of 2008 2000 I guess 2019 to 21, there is a huge fluctuation of it, right? So it might be a high return or very low return, okay, negative return. So that is one thing, right? But let us check if we should actually invest in this stock. Is it a right stock to invest in or not? Okay, so we can do that by saying df of daily return dot histogram, let's say bins 100, right? So now as you see, this is a histogram plot, right, and this histogram plot is giving us a curve. This curve is generally called a normal curve or Gaussian curve, okay, and the stock prices should be around this Gaussian curve. So if we are going to invest in a company, that the return prices should be in this natural Gaussian curve, okay, and we can see if this is actually Gaussian curve or not. Let's use SNS to plot that, right? This plot and data equal to TF, yep, x equal to daily returns and kind equal to KDE. Now you can see the graph in a much better way. So as you can see here, right, this is a bell curve or a Gaussian curve, right? And we should first see if the company is giving us this bell curve or not. If it is not, then there is a high risk for this company. Okay, let us see one more stock that will one more stock data, and I think that will clear your perception a bit better, right? So we have one more called accuracy shipping, right? So let's do that and let's check out. So as you can see that it is a very relatively young company, right? It started in 2018 with a value of around 90, and then went down at around 20 right now. So yeah, let's check out how. Okay, so as you can see this one, right, it is not actually giving us a proper bell curve. Okay, which is okay, but like this, if you see this plot, then there is a high risk stock, so we will call this a high risk stock, right, which, so you might or might not want to invest in this. Okay, so yeah, I think that is all for this video, and as we go on we'll learn many other indicators here as well, right. So this is a very basic one, and how this is going to work is that we are going to build something or write the code on Jupyter Notebook first, right, and after 1-2 lessons we are going to convert that into a Flask application. Okay, if that is okay, or if you guys want like a Flask application from the beginning, then you can also send me that. Okay, this is a so yeah, I guess thank you, and if you like the video, please like, subscribe and share. Thanks all, bye.